So you're probably wondering, Daisy, how many freaking journals do you have, girl? I have a lot. I have journals upon journals upon journals. I have my witchy books. I need a library for all my stuff. So I love this. My daughter got me this one. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. But what I love about this journal is that I could add more books to it. So I could finish this one and go get another one. And, it's just amazing. And it has I could add money to this. There's just so much magic in this little journal. So you want to always have journals that make you super duper happy. Okay. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been going through it a lot because of having my husband's mother in my house. 2024 being all about the self, I've also noticed, and I'm sharing this, and I want this to be evergreen. So even if we're in 2026, if you see this, right? You still have to work on the self, because by you working on yourself and loving yourself and taking care of yourself and building yourself, you're able to take care of other people. But it's not fair when you are kind of thrown these responsibilities, as chaotic situations when you don't deserve them, especially when they're people that have been nothing but bad to you in your life. You definitely don't deserve that. So I feel that this 6-month situation was kind of like a way for me to look at everything and to see that in general, physically, in the human realm, no one has power over you, because we all come to our conclusion. And by seeing my mother-in-law, there was such a bully in my life, and seeing her in the state that she's in, and even her still bringing fear into my life, because I lost control of my home. I had to remove my sacred space. I became super behind on my work. I had to start telling clients no. So, I lost prosperity. So just a lot of no-nos. A lot of no-nos. So what that did, because we could always look at the negative part of it, me losing my shit, me feeling like I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke, and seeing okay, when is enough? I'm not going to deal with this no more. I literally gave my husband an ultimatum. This was on the 31st. I had a meltdown, a huge meltdown, a diva meltdown. I got, full-blown meltdown. And just the saying, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not my responsibility. So I definitely want no more part in this. And then saying, okay, to spirit, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this situation? Because, just, I don't know. I can't even explain how all of this came about, and it's all to the same thing, because I could have said no from the beginning. So this is something that showed me how, and look at this. You see this? Me breaking out, crazy stuff. So it's how from the beginning do you say no to the things that do not serve you? Things that you don't want to do. And you don't have to do them, because I always share with you guys, you're responsible for yourself and only for yourself. If you want to take care of somebody else, if you want to do things for somebody else, it's because you want to, not because you have to. Now, yeah, when we have kids, it's different, because we decided to have children. So it is our responsibility, because we brought a life. So yeah, that's different. But once they get to a certain age, then it's their responsibility to take care of themselves. So there's a balance. So I share all of this with you because Spirit shares all of this with me. But there are many times that Spirit is sharing through me, but I'm not, I'm not acting upon the words that I'm sharing, because I'm human just like you. So I woke up on 2/2. I didn't even know it was 2/2. I've been so deranged. The day before, we had gone to her doctor, and I had told her doctor about the situation. And of course, when she's in a doctor, everything is my love, and she's so sweet, and this, oh, poor little old lady that weighs 110 pounds, and da-da-da-da. And everybody just sees, nobody sees what I see. Nobody deals with ideal, that she's throwing stuff at me, that she's screaming at me, that she's yelling all night, that she's pissing and pooping all over the floor. That, nobody sees that. They don't see that. They just see the poor little humble little old lady. I look like the bitch. I look like the one that doesn't have patience. I look like, you know. So I told the doctor, listen, she really needs, she's very anxious, what she is. She needs something to keep her calm. And he completely blew me away. No, no, no. Um, just give her this. I'm like, we've been giving her that. It doesn't do nothing to her. She doesn't sleep. She sleeps 2 hours. That's it. Like, I have no life. I told him I'm half of her age and I'm insane here. He did not give a rat's ass about me. He started giving me the pity party about the bullshit story. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not here for you to vent to me. I'm here for you to help my mother-in-law. Long story short, I left the doctor really upset because I got no help. So just like I said, he tells me to give her these pills, and they did nothing to her. We gave the pills to her literally at 8 p.m. and this woman did not sleep. She didn't sleep. I think last time I woke up was at 7 o'clock in the morning to make my husband breakfast. And that was when she had first fallen asleep. So then I'm making breakfast for my husband in my home. I have to be really quiet. I can't make any noises. I can't turn on any lights. So I'm an alien in my home. And, and then I'm exhausted. I'm going back to bed because I kept getting up all night because, again, she's not sleeping. She's walking around, make sure she's not falling. If sometimes she starts screaming, so I have to go there and calm her down. It's exhausting. It's like, I feel like at times that I was in an insane asylum. So this is what happened. So 2/2, the next day comes around and I finally got out of bed. It must have been like 10 something. And she was still sleeping. So I was like, perfect. I made my coffee really quiet. I sit in my room and I could hear her already getting up. And I sit in my room and I start scripting and journaling. Watch. So I start like connecting, just completely connecting. I put, wow, what can I say? Everything has been intense. These past couple of weeks, I am at a point that I do desire that my classes take off so I can create big things in my life. Because if I have something dollars, I would get my own place for a while. And listen to this. Here's the script. So even when you're like writing about things that you would do, you're scripting. I said, if I have X amount of money, I would get my own place for a while, giving my husband, I wrote his name, to figure out his shit with his mother. I feel my relationship with whatever is completely done, which I do. I feel like my relationship with my husband is done. I'm being very honest with you. When you take my classes, I share with you intimate details about my life. Maybe this, because I do complain a lot about him all the time. Like I said, I'm a bit of a goddess diva. And, it just like, feel like I'm just a different person, so it's like, I am down and I feel that I don't have the help I should have, which I don't. Example. And then I start going into what happened with the doctor. We already knew about that. I need to take back control of my life. And then I start to vent. I need to take back control of my life. I need to let go of everything and not allow her or anyone to get in my way. And she gets in my way. So when you're doing this, it's like you're cleansing. By you purging out all those energies, you're cleansing. And I wrote, today I will do, and this is when I start scripting. Today I will work and Palo Santo and sage the house. I need to cast out as much negativity out of my home. This was crazy. And I need to make dolls. I'm a witch, so I do crazy stuff. I feel to clear some energy. So what I do is like I create like these little dolls that pick up lower vibrations. And then once I feel like they already have all the lower vibrations, either you burn them or you give them to the water so it could be transmuted into positive energy or to be completely, dissolved. Okay. And also I can clear the energies in my home and in my life. I need to do my daily goals, like writing 1,000 words. These are something major that I'm working on. Planning the Chinese New Year. So I just noticed today is 222, which is crazy because I hadn't noticed that. I almost forgot. This is why I feel this energy today, which it was powerful. I also saw this video that shared itself with me. It has singing bowls. I forgot about that. Today I will play singing bowls and Tibetan sounds in the background, which I did. Today I'm taking back control of my life and clearing my home from lower vibrations. I may go on a walk. I think this week would be nice. I have to play catch up and clear my home. That's my major to do. Maybe add some magic powder on the carpets to clear the stale energies. I will start with a shower first. Guys, I'm literally declaring everything that I'm doing. I will start with a shower first, put on a t-shirt and shorts, and clean house. This is a year of self. I need to focus on me on me on Sunday, as that is my birthday. I will go to the bookstore, get goodies for me. I will see at least 5 spots of my language and money class this week. I will sell, sorry. I also have the Dynamic Laws. This is a book that I'm reading. This class will sell over and over. And then I started declaring the class's price, how much the class is going to be next year. So I just started declaring. I get into this kind of like strong vibe. It's almost like the words pour out of me. So when you start to do these declarations, you're letting go all the tension, all the negativity, all the things that don't serve you, and then you're replacing them with, I will do this, I will do that. I don't want to make this video too long. Major goal of making my yearly something very personal with you. I'm getting very personal with you. I want to make my money in the beginning of the year. And my main focus is in the language and money class, because the shit that I'm seeing in my life is surreal. And the way, the energy I'm feeling. And I literally had the most negative person in my home. So anywho, still creating, but not over. So here I'm stating all the things that I'm going to do. You know, I'm already scripting for 2025, people. 2025 right here. Then when I finish writing about all that, I say today I will be a busy bee and squash all negativity in my life, especially my husband's mother. I don't even say her name anymore. I completely detached this woman from my life. And then, of course, I'm not going to share that because that's kind of a crazy idea. As I'm writing all this, I got a creative idea for something to do. Okay, this was today. So let me say. So I kid you not. I'm writing that. I put my journal down. I get up because that's like, I said I was going to do this and that and the other. I'm going to Palo Santo the shit out of my house. So I'm thinking of all the things. I'm like, first of things, I need to take a shower because I feel really good taking a shower. I just drank my coffee. I just meditated. I had done all this awesome stuff. So I'm gathering my clothes. Mind you, I'm super anxious because I have to check on this woman. Like, even thinking about it, I choke up. I don't want to get emotional. So I have to check on this woman constantly. So it's like, I'm a freak because every 5 seconds I'm checking out. I'm anxious. Is she going to fall? Is she okay? What's going on? I kid you not. I'm putting down the clothes on my bed and fixing, because I literally shower. I don't know if I told you this, in my daughter's bathroom, because I stopped showering in my bathroom because she has all kinds of, I don't know, funguses on her. So I can't even explain all the stuff that I go through. And I didn't know that when she first got here, and she used one of my towels, and I got the fungus, and I was in a really bad situation for a whole month and a half. I had to go to the urgent care because of that situation twice, and it took a month and a half to get rid of that. So as I'm getting the clothes, I literally hear the building falling, like the biggest bang, and I almost died. I literally jumped off of my room. I ran out the room, and mind you, she's like right there. She's not far. Like, you know, she's like my room. The bathroom is like right next to my room, and then she's like right next to the bathroom, so it's not far. When I get there, all of my pictures are on the floor. All of the art that I have on my walls are on the floor. My angels toppled over. Special spiritual stuff that I have in the front door because of protection and whatever. Everything's toppled over. She fell on a shoe rack. She squashed the shoe rack. And I just stare at her. Because why? And she's always falling because she doesn't listen. She doesn't listen. She has a walker. She doesn't use it. She's very stubborn. So I'm just like, I call out to my son. I said, get me my phone, because my daughter had my phone. Get me my phone. So my son brings my phone and I call 911 and I explain the situation. Of course, she didn't want that. We never call 911 because she does not want to go to the hospital. She doesn't want to go. And, I called 911 and they're on their way, whatever. She's upset. She's screaming at me. I'm not going to go. She's telling me awful things. And then I look at her and I said to her, this will be the last time we see each other. I declare that this is the last time that I will see you and you will see me. And the ambulance gets here. Of course, she's telling him that she doesn't want to go and being real mean to the paramedic. And she's telling the paramedic, I don't want her there. Like, she's just awful. And the paramedic's like, well, it's not up to you. You have to go to the hospital and that's it. So he just, puts her on the chair. They're very sweet, help her, and he puts her on and he takes her. And then a few hours later, they call me. Oh, she's here. I'm doing all the stuff for the hospital on the computer and whatever. And, and they're like, oh, and I'm praying. I'm like, please admit her. Please don't bring her back. Please, 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 please. I'm just like declaring. Palo Santo, Palo Santo, Palo Santo, the whole house. So long story short, they finally call and they're like, listen, we're going to keep her and we're going to find a rehabilitation place. And kind of that's still in the works. But it was so crazy because that was a silver lining. And you might think it's awful because I don't want her to fall. I took care of my great aunt. I took care of my grandmother. I took care of my great grandmother. I don't mind caring for people, but it's just like, did you guys ever see Pet Sematary? I know it's going to sound awful. I talk about it all the time. The first one, not the second one. The second one was crappy. In Pet Sematary, the first part, there was the mom. I think it was the mom that had like a sister or something that she had to care for, and she was like scared of her because the sister was like super sick and dying, and she used to just scare her. That's how I feel about my mother-in-law, because my husband, he goes to sleep, he goes to work. I'm here because this is where I work. This is where I do. So it's like I share this with you guys, not for pity or anything like that, or not to make myself, but to share that we all go through different situations. For me, it's my mother-in-law. For you, it might be a co-worker, and in this book that I'm writing, multiple books that I'm writing, but in this specific book that I'm writing, I share how no one has power over you. And this is, I feel like, the silver lining, to see that no one has power over us. No one has power over us. And when we give our power away because of fear, because I feared her. She was a bully. She used to always yell at me and scream at me and tell me I was no good and I was going to amount to nothing and awful things. So squashing that energy, just like say, re-scripting it. But with her, I was in such a dark place and I don't want to re-script anything. I just want to let her go. I want to cast her out. I want to completely delete this woman from my life, from the whole timeline. I don't want no relationship, no re-scripting, no nothing. I just, gone. And send her love, send her healing, send her whatever. But, nothing. And it's so crazy because that was the thing in the other video that I shared, not answering the phone because they always call me. They call my husband, 5 minutes up. They call me. Hey, do you think about this? Hey, do you think about that? Hey, no. So it's like compromise is fine in a relationship, but when is enough enough? When is you taking control of your life and deciding, okay, I love you, but do your shit, And again, I'm sharing this with you, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this video because it's a bit It's a bit dark, it's a bit overwhelming, but I want to share this with you because life can be rough. Life can be rough, and scripting just is also a great way to cleanse and delete and cancel out and cast out so you could take back control of your life and become the person that you want to be. I hope this brings some significance to you and maybe some underlining of something that you might be going through that you're afraid of speaking up, because like I said, I'm always I'll take care of everybody. I'll swallow the bile. It's okay. I'll take care of everybody. And then it's like, no, and then one of the big fight that I had with my husband was like, did you not notice? Because there's patterns in our life. So this is another one. There's patterns in our life. So we have to recognize the patterns. And one of my reoccurring patterns was this woman would come into our lives and would always turn it upside down. Always turn it upside down. And me and my husband would end up fights. We would end up losing our homes. I ended up losing my business. And I would end up having to move into my mother's house because it was, too much. I would end up either losing my job or quitting my job, or it was just very, very strange situation. And I told my husband, she is the ending of us, because now I'm seeing you through another view, through another light. And that is not the person I want to spend the next chapter of my life with. I want, and it's not about, leaving him for another one and stuff like that. I'm very different. I'm not like everybody else. I like simplicity. I love calm. I love tranquility. I love fantasy and doing the things that I like to do when I like to do them and how I like to do them. And I'm just like tired of being, the help. And then it's like, and it's up to us to decide when is enough. So I share all of this with you, that you're not alone in whatever you're going through. I'm transparent as can be for you to realize that I'm just like you, with problems and situations and manifesting amazingness. Because even through all this chaos, I've manifested so much awesomeness because I've learned a completely different language and it feels so good. So, namaste.